all that patient shit, they wanna argue. I ain't take the bait for shit, this ain't our school. Fuck your little highbrow critique before I bow to feet. Ain't walked down my street, never been a that's the way it is type of dude. Fuck that, I'ma tell you how it is type of rule. Bust that type of moves, light a fuse to bring light to that type of bruise. So deep under people's skin, we could only feel it, but we can't see it. A lot of these dudes only type it, they can't be it. Champion any man region, fuck what can't be and can't beat them when they can't see them on that freedom man being. Yeah, and I barely puff, but trust that I beat Diddy on any care lingo. Keep with me, many did a thing so right with the blood of fakes though, and it's very rare to ink low. But honestly, fuck a rap compliment. What the fuck's a bar to a profit, bitch? What the fuck's a threat to the option list? I need this shit to breathe, then I got to live. Yeah. Think the time is yours, cause online is yours. That's what you're grinding for. Watch when we cut the net like the Final Four. I bet you don't got the chest to back that Lions roar. Pussy, yeah. Push me, I promise. I'm used to stress, all I could be is honest. I used to fret that I couldn't even keep conscious. Thanks to my weakness, I couldn't be the strongest out. Yeah. Situation getting critical. Stop playing with me this year, man. I try to tell y'all, I'm not playing no fucking games this year. Don't look at me no type of way. Don't fucking subtweet me. Whatever you want to do, don't do shit this year. Look, I'm no stranger to anger and rage. Getting named in my head by a lane, cause they name got some fame, but they so insecure that they keep themselves locked away. And I get to be the real me, all up in their proximity. Who the one that got you stressed? Lil' me? Stop throwing stones before you get the boot. Word to Sicily. I make the jazz cats listen to raps. I make the hood kids listen to sax. I make the white dudes understand which straws they pull out their ass. I got everybody giving me that. Craft never speak to just one old faction. That picture is incomplete, that's a demographic. Yes, the whole team by the beat and no backwards. Won't stop to the whole scene except no actors. The music gonna eventually bring me power, word to 50. If I'm the chosen one, it's only cause I pick me. Let a label manager or agent try to Taylor Swift me. I have a custom grade Taylor Swiftly, you dig me?
Bring some light.
What up?
Morning.
Morning, y'all. It's another Saturday.
Saturday.
Something new, baby. I love that. Yeah.
I took that from the Bay City Rollers.
Oh, yeah.
Their song. but oh, okay. I was like, wow. I don't want you guys to think that I created a very good song.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
Well, back to our song. It's Saturday Morning Cartoons.
We're getting so good.
Got good there.
I love it. Want to work on my vibrato.
Really nice. You got a great vibrato. Your vibrato is fantastic.
Thank you, guys.
You know.
So see, yo, we missed y'all last weekend.
Yeah, yo.
We were on the other side of the dang country.
Yeah, man.
We're in California.
We were in L.A. and
we didn't let the palm trees fool us. We were safe.
Yeah, that's from
I kept using every thing I know about California that I've learned from a song, and it's cool. We were in Compton in a CVS.
Yep. We went all over the place.
Yeah.
We were in Long Beach. We were
on South Central Avenue.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
And whenever I told someone from California there, they would be like,
yeah.
And did you see someone famous? I'm like, no.
I think I might have seen Jeff Bridges, actually.
Jeff Bridges in Laguna Beach.
If you were in Laguna Beach on, what was that, Saturday?
Yeah. Were you in Laguna Beach on Friday?
Friday. He was driving. And
Jeff
I was
Bridges?
jaywalking. I was trying to cross the street. And you were like, babe, we're not supposed to be in the street.
Oh my gosh.
I looked over at him.
There was a red hand at the stoplight. And there's people on either side waiting for the light.
Yeah.
Not my baby. Not my Yankee baby. He's like, all right, come on, babe, let's go. And I was like, oh, okay. But it was not a major kind of.
I think I did kind of pull you too. I was like, I was real confident about it. I was like, we in there, man. It was a different system altogether. They had a different set of images. I was a little confused. So basically, they got, instead of the red hand, it's this white dude who's just stuck like this.
That's walk.
That's walk. He's frozen. He's in a statue position. That's walk.
He's like, that's don't go. That's
that means freeze.
Freeze frame. But the hand is actually a red hand beckoning you.
Exactly.
Come, walk.
Come across the street.
Come
Hello.
here.
Visit us. Come to us.
So funny. Love it. But yeah, that was so fun. Jeff Bridges, if that was you, I see that you're doing a new show or whatever, The Old Man. That sounds like it's gonna be a good one. And
Jeff Bridges.
yeah, he's great.
Great guy. Seems like a cool guy too.
Seems like a cool guy.
Yeah, LA was nuts. Being over there was crazy because I'm seeing the entire. They made the city after the Grand Theft Auto video game. Did you know that? The whole city was constructed after the video game, so it's really it's like replica stuff out there. Really interesting stuff out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. Obviously. It's just.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's like.
L'Enfant didn't design it based on game. I don't even know what it is.
L'Enfant did it?
No.
Okay.
I don't know who did it, but I
DC guy. Yeah.
He did it. Yeah.
Anyway, it was awesome. You know, driving up in the mountains, we went up to like the conservatory. Just all these.
We went to Rodeo Drive. We went by Sunset Boulevard, which is beautiful. And like that's where 90210 is. That's what the thing is. It's their area code or whatever. And it's the houses are beautiful on Sunset Boulevard, but Sunset Boulevard is like it's like MLK Boulevard. You know, it's a big kind of almost highway, super populated. Why would you pay all that money to live on the side of a major thoroughfare? Y'all not even being rich right. Y'all doing it wrong, so please give me all the money and I will show you how it's done.
Ridiculous. Yeah, it was crazy.
It's so fun.
The hills.
Beautiful.
And then right underneath the hills, all the poverty.
Abject poverty. Yeah. Really disgusting wealth disparity.
It's like any major city now, right?
Man, that was almost like I haven't seen that so much. Like what's the one Rodeo Drive with all the really huge buildings that are like Prada and all those things, and then like literally like a block over is a bunch of tents.
Yeah.
If they're lucky.
That shipping, like that shopping center, whatever that was, man, like
Rodeo Drive.
Rodeo Drive, these massive stores, yo, with all the brand names, and they got like 4 bags.
Yeah, it's like one sweater, and it's like which no one can afford, obviously.
And it's just there, it's because it's a tourism thing. It's
an image.
That's pretty interesting. But no, LA was nuts.
Yeah,
we went to saw the beaches were beautiful.
San Clemente.
People were really cool.
Yeah,
friendly.
the people were dope.
You know, the one dude, we were in a hotel. Shout out to everybody from Weed Maps who had us out there. And
we need a thing. This is gonna get me killed, but like Weed Maps.
Yeah, let them.
Weed Maps.
They've got a whole team. They're really creative. They're doing.
I know. I just got rejected from a job at Weed Maps, so big mistake. Big, huge. It's fine. My price is going up, so whatever.
So silly. They were what was it? What were I talking about?
You were talking about the people at Weed Maps, and
yeah,
then
they
I
were
went
so
to
cool.
the gang
That's
sign.
right. Yeah, and then we did. Then we went to the roof. For
oh my god, a cool ass rooftop bar.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You got a beautiful view.
But where was it? I think that was
Santa Ana.
Santa Ana, right? So we're in Santa Ana, and we hadn't even really been in what was technically LA yet.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like we kept thinking it was.
Yeah, we were like, we're flying out to LA, and we fly into Santa Ana.
Yeah. So at this thing, this dude was there
at the hotel.
At the hotel
lobby.
Yeah, at the lobby. One of the lobby guys, and he was like,
and Billy was like,
"Oh,
it's
yo, I love it, man." He was like, "Hey, can I help you? Man, I'm loving it here. It's my first time in LA." And he was like, "What? That's crazy, bro. Because this is not even LA. Wow, this is not even. Wow." And I was like, "Are you making fun of me?" It was so funny. He was
I don't think he was.
No. He was like, yeah, it was funny because then we started. So he's like, "Where you from?" We had a cool combo and cool guy.
Yeah, their accent is different over here. It really over there. It really is. That dude from Friday's accent.
Yeah. What's up, man? I mean, this dude.
But what are the chances that he's like a not representative? He was in Santa Ana. He wasn't even LA. So like.
Representative. Yeah, he was there. Anyway, it was totally like. A weird. I was like, oh shit. Then we finally got to LA.
11/11, babe. Ooh.
Fantastic.
I don't know.
Yo, how about this?
Okay,
let's talk about the joint and somehow let's get into the wheel.
Let's spin the wheel. Okay, ready.
Let's do this. Check this out, by the way, baby. So, okay, we're gonna go to.
Should we turn down the?
The music is.
La música.
Bang bang, bang bang. All right, it's
the wheel.
The wheel. Hey, yo, we actually got some stuff here. Actually, I want to do this for the wheel. Where is? I gotta get. Oh, here we go. No.
Hold on.
How do we do this?
So we're gonna have to pause the Marlon. This is Marlon Craft, by the way.
Yo.
Very talented.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, great. Another cool New Yorker who I'm obsessed with.
Here we go. Let's see it. There we go.
Oh,
let's do it again. Hey.
We get like a cease and desist letter.
No, right, exactly. Right.
They're like,
Excuse me? What is that? What else we got?
Oh,
should we just go into it?
I just wanted to actually say, okay, so this is one of my, I guess I got this like last August. It is cotton root bark, which is what enslaved women used as a natural birth control and abortifacient. So that's just to say that even when it seems that we're not free, you know, we're still gonna find ways to be free. Anyway, that was just a little non sequitur.
Facts.
All right, let's do this.
All right, here we go. It's up there.
Oh.
Boom. Ready? You got it.
Ready.
Ooh. Acronym.
I love it. You know what I'm thinking?
What?
I think the wheel also like resets, so it starts on the same place each time, and so I don't know how probability works, but I think it's gonna like often go to the same kind of spot if it starts in the same spot each time. Maybe. I don't think that's how probability works. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, whatever. So we got a 10-second counter.
Oh yeah, we got a 10-second counter.
So I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna start the counter, and we'll think of an acronym, and then you have another 10 seconds to let's to do the thing. Okay, here we go. And it was 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
And
that's the number right there on the bottom line.
Here we go. All right, 10 seconds. I think actually, what about L.A.X?
L.A.X.
Okay,
there it is.
So I have to do something else.
Wait, just let it clock out, I think.
Oh.
Or you can do the no noise. There we go. We got this whole soundboard joint. Can you play a couple of these, yo? Another.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks, don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Daddy, chill.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
I love that. I want to meet that person. The black guy. Okay, anyway.
Okay. So
L.A.X.
L.A.X. So
and
L.A.X.
I'm gonna do the 10 seconds, and you think of.
Oh man.
Okay,
I got it. Laughing all. X. Oh, laughing all.
Sorry. All right. Let's try it again.
Your turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lost and. Yeah, X wasn't a great one. And Xavier.
Lost and Xavier. Can we make that work somehow? How can we make Lost and Xavier work?
What are other X words?
All I could think it was like xylophone when I was like.
Me too. I was like, you can't do it.
That's from like the 3rd grade when they had the joints on
X
top.
words.
Everybody had a xylophone for that, for the joint.
Lost and
X words. Xenopus? Xeno? What is this,
I know Xenial, I think, is a mix between Gen X and a millennial, which I think is almost you. I think you're definitely a millennial like me, but almost. Okay, so what about
let's
loving a Xenial?
Loving a Xenial? Okay.
I don't know if that works because like the A is also just it's not the letter A, it's the word.
Yeah.
A.
How about losing? What would you do? You were doing.
I said lost.
Lost.
And exuberant, but that's like not the right X. Wow, what a weird, stupid language we have.
X is a weird word, yo.
It is.
Or a weird letter for starts of words.
Zebex.
Let's do what was it? Loving a Xenial.
Loving a Xenial.
Xenial. All right, let's give that a shot. Let's see what we can do with
I
that.
think it's Xenial. An Xenial?
That's the pronunciation of that.
I don't know, actually. Xenial?
I get it. I get it.
Because, like, why is xylophone with an X? Or is that a Z?
It's with an X.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dumb language. No, it's not dumb. It's just...
Languages are weird.
It's just weird. And
Yeah, man.
Cool evolution. It's designed to evolve as the people do. It's a tool of the people.
It is a tool. That's important to know too.
Yeah, we're trying to do more to incorporate a cartoon in some way, just because like whether we talk about it or we are drawing it, because I don't want to waste a great podcast name like
Saturday morning cartoons.
morning.
You know what we need to do in the song too? We gotta incorporate live. It's gotta be that. I think that's key. You know what I'm saying? Is there a way we could pull that in and like rework the song? We'll work on it. We'll get that going.
Saturday morning cartoons. No.
Live.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, something with live in it or life, but no, that didn't work.
Yeah. All right. Let me see if we can get this. We're gonna do two things here, baby. I'm gonna
Saturday morning cartoons live. No.
Here, you still have control of this, by the way.
Oh man. Okay.
Oh no, that's interesting. No,
yeah. We're gonna have to figure that out.
Coordinate or something.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Okay.
Can you do the goddamn one?
God damn!
Agreed.
Let's turn this up a little bit. So it's louder there.
It's louder.
Damn! Look at them titties.
Ooh.
All right, cool.
That's what I wanted to. All right. So can I help you?
So yeah. So what is it? Loving a Xenial? Is that what we said here? So what is a Xenial? What does a Xenial look like? Or what? You know what I'm saying? How does that?
Exactly.
Like, how do we work with that?
Let's see. Xenial. What is the meaning of Xenial? Oh my God, I was wrong. Okay, I'm good. Sorry.
No.
Xenial actually means of or relating to or constituting hospitality or relations between host and guest, and especially amongst the ancient Greeks, between persons of different cities.
Interesting.
So I think it means kind of like hospitable.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we have to change the...
It feels also like...
so it's Xenial, like congenial, or like,
It also feels like, what is it? International...
Diplomacy.
Diplomacy. It feels like diplomacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's more of a, it seems like it's more of a, I don't know, is that called an adjective? Oh my God, it is an adjective. I'm so smart.
All relating to constituting hospitality or relations between host and guest. Yeah, so it feels among the ancient Greeks or persons. Interesting. Okay, yeah. So diplomacy and hospitality or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So what did we think? What did we start off thinking it was?
Lost and Xenial. Actually, that works. I thought it was a mix between Gen X and millennials.
Millennial. Okay.
But,
so now what are we gonna do here?
So now I think we can go back to lost and Xenial.
Lost
because
and
it's an adjective.
Huh.
What's
lost and Xenial. So you're lost.
And you're hospitable though. You're still exactly. I don't know where I'm going, but y'all want to come with? Like I've only got this sandwich that I've been carrying on the bus for 8 hours, but like y'all want some?
You know what's dope then? Let me do like a forest scene, and I can do like a Legend of Zelda type thing first. That's what I want to start with, and then I think it can go from there.
You know what I'm also thinking of when we were in L.A. and like a lot of the homeless people, the people experiencing homelessness, were really attractive, super hot, like models, but also, without a home, probably because maybe, you went there trying to make it big, but, I don't think that's how it's designed to work. So
it's an attractive city. It draws a lot of people who want to, be in front of the camera,
maybe
or
lost,
entertainment and things like this.
And hospitable. And, you know, like if we're there and we're in, you know, LA, we lose all our money, and like a kind Xenial person experiencing houselessness is, you know, like, come into my fucking tent. And that is going to be my obituary, because I was lost and went into a tent of a seemingly hospitable houseless person in LA.
Okay.
So you make like the news story about that.
Interesting.
Oh, you're still going with the Zelda thing. Love that.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think of like visuals here. I don't know what you're bringing.
You
there.
can't see that visually.
Okay, what is it again?
Like there's like you're like a backpacker or something. You got a backpack.
Okay.
You know, you're kind of looking around this big, you know, plasticky, glittery city, and there's like a Xenial person experiencing houselessness beckoning you with that red hand towards indoors so they can give you some hospitable.
I see what you're doing. I love it. It's very creative also. But yeah,
but you're not seeing that.
Yeah,
okay.
I just want to like
cool. Let me like, what's your interpretation?
I'd like to kind of like.
So I haven't played much
like
Zelda.
This. Yeah.
At all. But I know Link is
Yeah.
the main character dude.
Yes, that's Link there. I'm thinking maybe because my experience with Zelda is you used to like go into. You'd walk around and people would be standing around. You go and talk to them, and you'd have to like ask them questions and get potions and such.
NPCs, yeah.
NPCs, exactly.
Cool.
Exactly.
Love it. What's Zelda doing? Where is she? Is she like damsel in distress kind of thing? Is she like a powerful person? No, because this other person has to come get her, right?
Link is doing the thing here. He's out there making it happen.
And she's like, put my name on it. Love that girl. Love that movie, Zelda. Totally something I would do.
All right, let's see here.
Zelda is also the name of F. Scott Fitzgerald's, you know, wife who suffered from like, you know, what do you call that? A mental illness, you know. It's kind of modeled, that's what like Daisy in, what's that one, The Great Gatsby is modeled after. His crazy beautiful wife, which I love a crazy beautiful person.
Who are we talking? What is this right
F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Okay.
His wife.
Okay.
Is named Zelda.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
F. Scott Fitzgerald is from Maryland, and his grandfather is Francis Scott Key, who made the Star Spangled Banner. That ode to imperialism.
Thanks, Sheebs.
You're welcome.
Always bringing it.
Thank you. I mean, you're like bringing the artistic prowess. I just feel like I have to keep up. So
you got it, baby.
let me know if the facts are a little too much for everybody.
Let's see here.
Okay, yeah.
What else was going on from the weekend or from our?
Let me get high. Oh my God, Billy also just went on a. So we got back. Oh, y'all, my amazing husband and my amazing brothers.
Yes, just did a fishing trip last.
Oh, so y'all helped us move we got a fucking piano.
Yes, we got a dope piano.
So if anyone ever comes to our house, I like really have this vision of it just being a place of music and conversation and like ideas and beauty. Like one of those old-timey philosopher's salon, something from the Harlem Renaissance, you know. Anyway, now we have a piano, which neither of us play yet. But yes. I have this vision that like someone's gonna come over and we can do like piano karaoke and just like sing songs, so we don't have to leave our house. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm really amped at the piano, even though we can't play. I think it'll have some fun with it. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We're gonna have some fun with it. Exactly. What can't we do? Like, it's hard. Children do it. So, that happened. Then last night, Billy got back from a fishing trip. He went deep sea fishing. Yeah. I'm a little sailor. Was that deep sea fishing? Is that what that was? I think that's why you went so far. They went to North Carolina. Yeah, we went to NC, and it was cool. It was with my brothers-in-law and my uncle. He's your father-in-law. Father-in-law. Okay, yes. Jesus. You know what's so funny is like
I don't know. I've been learning these. I don't know.
These made up relation titles.
Relation titles, yeah. Like there's been like some interesting things to learn.
Yeah.
So yeah, father-in-law, and he's a fisher. He's a dope. He's been fishing all his life, and this is kind of we recreated kind of a trip that he does sometimes when we're down there. It's like a 24-hour window. We drive down, 6 hours kind of I think, and then we get there, and it's like 10 hours out on the ocean, and we get a bunch of fish. We got wahoo and mahi. Those were the two fish we got. Yeah.
I love how they name fish. It's like mahi, wahoo, tuna.
Yeah, tuna.
Tuna. I love that. I love that trip. That seems like a really cool, fun bonding thing. But yeah, I think maybe if I could give some notes. We're in Maryland where we also have deep seas, not as far away. So you can minimize your driving time and maximize your fishing time, which seems like that's like I do love driving. I love a good road trip. Was that fun or was it more?
Yeah, the road trip is part of it too, but we were sleepy too, you know what I'm saying? And even
it's 24 hours. They left at 10 p.m. or on Thursday night and then went on the boat at 5 a.m. So I guess you probably went right to the boat.
We went right to the boat. It was timed up that way. It was timed up to go right to the boat. It was really well timed actually. And the tough thing was we couldn't get much fish this time. Like these guys, they typically come back with huge whatever. This time we got like 6 big fish.
And how many did you get?
I was able to reel in 3.
That's my baby.
Of those 6
That's my baby.
fish.
3 wahoos or whatever.
Yeah,
yes, baby.
Rough too. Like, fish is actually more, you know what I'm saying, and actually...
They're fighting for their lives. They're like, no, get the fuck off of me. No. Who is this asshole? Go home. Just trying to narrate for the fish. I think they're pretty... like, humans are always like, yeah, fishing's great. And fish are probably like, no! No, the death fields!
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. What's happening here? I think I'm in the wrong. Let me put it this way. All right, see, when I put it in this, I can see more.
Looks like a petting green.
Looks like you can see the topography.
Yeah.
Who's the other person on this live? Is it Riordan Dowrich?
Yo!
Riordan Dowrich? Did I say that right?
That's Riordan.
Hey, Riordan.
What's going on? It's high school, brah.
That's an interesting name.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I wonder what the origins of that is.
Yeah, man. Tell me more about that name, Riordan. What's the deal? Can I?
It might not be him anymore.
Oh, it might be. Wait.
Yeah. Oh, and we're 30 seconds behind.
Are we?
I mean, ahead. Ooh, we're in the future. Ooh.
On the what? 30 seconds ahead on the what?
On the live, so people who are watching won't hear this until 30 seconds later.
Gotcha.
I'll give him a second.
Let's see.
Please don't leave. Please don't. Yeah. Anyway, fishing.
Yeah, fishing was cool, yo.
That's cool. I would like to go fishing.
You should come next time.
Yeah. If it's just like mostly chilling and drinking and like getting high and talking, like that's what I love to do.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
And I might get a fish out of it afterwards.
Yeah.
Great. I mean, I've done worse for less. Like,
baby.
We got some delicious fish tacos in Los Angeles too.
Yeah.
We look so cool. I'm just like really impressed with all of our cool outfits and how awesome we are. And all the people were so fun. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, yo. It was a good time. And I did, with Weed Maps, they did like a team building thing. We did a ropes course.
You went to a ropes course. Is that what you're making right now, this ropes course?
I might be doing that here. I feel like we want to use this. The ropes course was fantastic. What do we...
Yeah, tell me which one of these buttons
works for the
says
rope course.
Rope course. I would do, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Wow.
No, that doesn't hit it.
Owen Wilson saying, wow.
That's Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Here we go. Here it is, the ropes course.
The ropes course!
The ropes course was like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was cool, and it tested me, man, because some of it was really tough, too. There was some hard parts.
You're so sexy.
I was like, oh, boy.
But I bet I know you to be such a good teammate, so I bet you were like, I bet you made it an overall much better experience for everyone, and they were really happy to have you.
I think so. I think everybody made it dope, and it was really dope.
This last week and a half has really proven to me that you're going to be an invaluable asset on our apocalypse team.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can
So.
fish. You're like, you know, great at manual ropes and shit. And you're also like a very awesome person to be around. You know, like
yeah,
you're much of a leader. The morale, exactly. I love that.
I do bring that. I do bring that kind of energy, son.
I honestly have to like, I want to like hone my what I bring to the table, apocalypse team style.
You
like,
bring everything.
I think I also bring morale.
Yeah, you bring morale. You bring humor. You bring perspective.
Yes.
When you want to, you're an excellent cook.
Absolutely. I think I should also get into like understanding like not only how to grow plants, but like what plants are like poisonous and helpful and healing and that you can eat. I think that's a very useful skill to have.
Yeah. It is. Especially in a time when it's not all prepackaged and somebody did all that work for you. Somebody's gonna have to know, hey, don't do that.
Absolutely. That will kill you.
You're already a shrooms Sherpa.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? So you're already bringing that.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. It's like, all right, guys, I think we need to dissolve our ego. I know there are zombies chasing us right now, but like, let's do some shrooms real quick. But we need some perspective. And I think the mushrooms have lots of perspectives that they can give us insight to.
The mushroom overlords.
The mushroom is like, the zombie's over there.
They know.
Like, oh shit.
The mushroom.
I could have just looked to the left.
Let's see here. All right, I'm gonna have to get off the land here. I'm doing this topography stuff.
Yeah, what are you building, a golf course?
Eventually get it to. Let's see here. Let's build a tree and a couple trees.
What are you doing again?
I'm trying to build like a forest type situation. You know what I mean?
You're such a city boy, babe. What kind of forest is that?
Listen, we don't have time for some whole thing with the whole kind of thing with the thing. Okay? This is going to be a forest.
Wow.
We're going to need a little bit of imagination.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I haven't even begun, by the way, to fight.
Wow.
And bring the forest.
Oh, good. Good, because I've got some notes. Just kidding. Yeah, it was super fun.
Yeah, L.A. was nuts. And it was really... But it was also good to be back.
Mm-hmm. Our flights were pretty chill. Like, on our way back, we had a direct flight. It was just, like, 4 hours, maybe. 4 or 5 hours. But, like, not even. Probably, like, 4 hours. It was quick. I watched a couple movies.
Yup.
I watched Knives Out. And then I watched... What was the other one? Like, Game Night? I don't even remember what it was now. I was a bit overserved, I think, at that time. But it was quite lovely.
Overserved? What do you mean by that?
That's what I like to say when I've had too much to drink.
Oh, okay.
I've been overserved.
Love that.
Putting it on the other person.
That's right.
Served me.
Oh, no.
You knew what I was doing.
Exactly.
You should have known. You were literally making a Minecraft golf course. With golf balls, made of golf balls. I don't know, I've never played Minecraft, but it seems like they're little, like, cubes.
Little cubes.
Little cubes.
Let's see. Put these together. How do we do that? Oh, Control J. There we are. And then let's do another, and another, and another.
Wow.
And another.
Looks just like a forest. Not kidding. I'm kidding.
Rude!
I'm kidding. I know it will. It's like a bunch of chody balls.
You would go to that. You would take us there on Saturday morning cartoons. Bruh.
Perfect use of that.
Thank
button.
you.
Really good, babe.
Thank you.
Weird.
Buddy, you're weird.
I love this.
Where's the lamb sauce?
That's really good too.
Where's the lamb sauce? Love that. Hilarious.
Let's see.
Anyway. This looks like a donkey's dick. I think that was also something, one of the button choices for Gordon Ramsay.
Let's see here.
Just kidding, it doesn't. Donkey's dick, baby.
Thanks, baby. I know.
Looks like several donkeys' dicks.
Several.
Like, if you're looking at it from like the back.
It depends on how you look at it.
Yeah. Perspective. Oh, sweet.
How many donkey dicks have you created? Yeah. All right. So, what was it again? This is a traveler.
Lost and Xenial.
Lost and Xenial.
And then you went the Zelda thing that I'm excited to understand more about. I want to see your vision.
Great.
Or, hear it.
Fantastic. Vision will come forth.
I know it.
And explodes itself.
What a metaphor, also, probably, for real life. And, like, not that this isn't real life, but, sometimes it's like you can't see what's going on. You can't see the forest for the trees.
Correct.
As it were.
Sometimes you can't.
And it's
You simply cannot.
you gotta believe it and, like, have a vision in your head and just, like, trust that you're gonna be able to figure it out.
You gotta believe.
Oh, man.
Seriously. Was that, you didn't like the horn usage there? Didn't feel good?
What were you doing it, like, on? Like, what was
You were saying, gotta believe, and
Gotta
you gotta,
believe.
it's like, yeah, that's fire.
Oh, I love
That's
that.
facts.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, let's
Right?
see. Is there a better one?
When something's like for real,
Uh-huh.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
that's a good one.
What an asshole!
We've got a couple Gordon Ramsays. What's this one? Oh, is this the American one?
Gordon Ramsay.
Fuck off you fat useless sack of fucking Yankee danky doodle shite. Fuck off, will you?
Jesus.
Perfect. I'm gonna use that, like, for political purposes
Yeah.
one day.
So we don't have a lot of, like, just affirming, like, that's dope.
Yeah.
You know? That's why I think, we could do.
Hadouken!
But I think that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are. We're gonna go with this. We're gonna create a little guy. GZ. Okay.
Lost. And it has got, like, a map.
Yeah.
It's like, shit. Well, shit.
Exactly.
You smell good.
I thank you, baby. I took a shower this morning.
I love it. It shows, Paul.
Or was it last night? Either way, I like that you like how I smell. All right, so we got this guy. Let's give him a shirt. What?
Nothing.
What is your deal?
I was thinking if he was, like, naked, but, like, that would maybe be very off-putting if someone was, like, lost and, like, hospitable and also, though, naked. Like, I don't know. You're gonna have to, like, be one less of these things.
Yes,
like, I'm gonna need you to be standoffish if you're also, like, wandering around in the woods. I'm not trying to interact, I don't think. Other than okay, we're in the woods too. I don't know where we're going either. Don't know why I came into the woods. Just kidding. I love going into the woods. literally and figuratively. It's quite exhilarating.
Going into the woods?
Yeah.
You like going into the woods? Is that what you're telling people?
Yeah, remember when we like went to that place?
To the glamping thing? The glamping?
Yes, it is in the woods.
It's in the woods.
Yeah.
Also in a beautiful yurt, wasn't it?
Well, it's like in the woods though.
Alright, so let's see. Oh, could he be like, he's got his arms up. He's like, SOS.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
You can, he's like made a big SOS
Yes.
with rocks.
Exactly.
He's like, hopefully a plane overhead will see me. They won't because of the trees, idiot.
Maybe there's like a smoke thing he's gonna do. So this is a curve, which requires a bit of a different operation for the geometry.
Oh my goodness. You're like doing math and whatnot.
You've got it going on. I'm like doing math.
Wow.
Are you not doing math?
Wow.
Maths. Well, they say
Maths.
maths. Are you doing maths?
Maths.
Maths. Yeah. It's like plural.
Yeah, your maths. Oh, so small.
It's like, all right.
They call studying revising.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, I've been
Interesting.
revising all semester. All term.
Excuse me?
All, like, term.
All term. There we go. Subdivision surface. Let's make it a rock. Let's make it a rock.
You have, like, a metal one. Like, don't you have, like a rock song?
Oh, I got this.
What the fuck is going on?
He said metal.
That's gonna be key. That's gonna be key because there's so much nutty shit going on in the world right now. But that one I think is gonna come up pretty often.
Yeah.
Let's hit that again. This is not.
Bruh. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, man. All these court rulings. It's more of like how everything is just words and everything is, you know, we gotta realize how powerful words are and like that every law that like takes away rights is just like people making words and, you know, like fitting it to their agenda. So let's just like do that same thing. But
Yeah.
we gotta understand our power. Cause that's some shit, y'all.
Yeah, it's
And-
all about
Yeah.
defining terms.
Yeah, man.
So it's not a small thing to define what things are, what is good, what is healthy, what is, I don't know, to define bodily autonomy. You
Who
know?
has the power? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Bodily autonomy.
And
Freaking
priorities.
the EPA doesn't have the power to, you know, set standards for like
That's right.
coal factories.
You see how it's all absurd, you know? It's all like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What should the EPA be doing then instead?
Natives don't have jurisdiction on their land. It's just like, ooh. I get it, it's clever, but very, very shitty. So
Bruh.
Didn't you have like one of the I think RuPaul he already on like when you did the
ooh, girl. That's like not exactly what I want, but like that's
But what the hell? But what the hell?
bruh.
Right. Let's see. Let's take this, pull this up.
You know, you actually don't even have to be a lawyer in order to be a Supreme Court justice. Isn't that dumb? Everything's made up. It's like, and what is being a lawyer? You know, like they made up standards for this thing that really it's just the ability to like recognize lines of reasoning and like applying it to a fact situation. and creating new lines of reasoning, I think, based on these other, ways of reasoning. Which is, like, very interesting to me. I love, like, the brain and shit and language and whatnot. This is looking great, babe. I love it.
Thank you.
So clever.
Just a little bit, I don't know what's going on here.
I'd be like, dude, you took the time, you're lost, and you took the time to roll over these big boulders for, like, periods.
There we go. Clean this up.
It's like someone, like, flying overhead was like, what the fuck is sauce? Oh, S-O-S. Got it.
See, you gotta do the...
Now
if any goobers in a helicopter upstairs thinking, oh, sauce. What else could sauce be or SOS be? Acronym.
Oh, man.
Super. Open. Sesame.
Super open sesame.
Super open sesame. I don't know what happens when you do that, but
it like not just a cave opens, like the entire ground opens.
The entire
like super. Oh shit! What did I just fucking say? What the fuck went on there? Why is that a thing? Anyway.
I love that.
Great.
Let's make this rock one. Let's just give these a different color. Bang, bang, bang. All right, so
Bang, bang.
How about also he's got a little. This will be the last. I guess we can just add one more thing. We'll do like a little camp thing where there's like smoke. Let's have him do smoke, and then because that's actually gonna be fun to make real quick, and then we'll take. Let's do an intermission after this.
I love it.
All right.
Let's do that.
Let's shower. S-Z.
Let's do.
I'm gonna do like a campfire, so it's that guy.
At least he's got skills to build a campfire. He's not totally.
No, exactly. This guy knows what's up.
Yeah.
Been through some things. G, bang. All right, so there's that, and then I'm going to put that there, and we're going to add a thing which is gonna be like a fire. All right, first off, I'm gonna make this.
You need tinder to make a fire and like kindling.
Yeah.
I remember that from Girl Scouts.
Okay.
Yeah, we were a troop from like Prince George's County, Maryland. So we were just very like, do we have to go in nature? So like we were kind of like the original glampers. We were like, we'll go into the woods, but like I want to stay in a yurt. I'm not trying to like sleep on the ground on a tent like an animal.
The original glampers.
Exactly. We were like, we're gonna need outlets. And this was like before cell phones and stuff. We were just like, I just want the option. What did we even use those outlets for? Anyway, though. And we learned how to build a fire. But, like, they were also very, like, you can't cross over the fire circle. You gotta walk around so you don't get burned.
The fire circle?
Yeah, the circle, like, in the center of which you build the fire. And people sit around it.
Gotcha.
Have you not been like camping?
No.
OMG.
No, never did it.
Yeah. Let's do some camping.
Yeah.
We can go to Assateague, which is this island in Maryland that is where the wild horses live. Yeah. So we can like camp on the beach.
I'm with it, baby.
Yeah. A lot of mosquitoes.
I'm with it. But hold on, so why would you try to walk over? You were saying someone had to tell you not to walk over the fire?
Because sometimes you want to just like get to a place that's directly across.
How big is this fire?
Fire sized. So yeah. But also, like, people are dumb. I'm not gonna like gender it, but like I've definitely seen dudes be like, let me just jump over this fire. And like sometimes it works, but usually you just like fall into the fire and catch on fire. So it's like not worth it. You could have just walked around and you didn't even look that cool when you jumped in the fire successfully.
Bruh.
I shouldn't even laugh because I broke my leg in middle school. I snapped my entire leg, broke my ankle, jumping over a puddle. over by Coney Island, over by Stillwell Avenue, right by the train station. Stillwell Avenue, if you're from Brooklyn, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And there's like this ditch because the water, it rained heavily the night before or whatever, and the sidewalk had this pothole, and like a friend jumped over a smaller part of it, and so he was like, oh, blah, blah, I jumped over it, blah, blah, and I go, I could jump over this, and I jump over a bigger part, and he dared me, and I did it, and I got up. I made it. I made the jump because I'm an athlete. Top flight. But then when I got up, my leg was dangling. My foot was like twisted the other way. It was like not great. So.
Sounds not great. But proud of you for making it, babe. Way to sacrifice your body.
Thanks, babe.
You know, rise to a challenge. Learn a lesson.
Yep.
About, you know, you don't have to go to every party you're invited to.
Exactly.
But I like to see that athleticism, babe. Well done.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. Man, again, great apocalypse person. Oh my God, I know how to build a fire, in theory.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
For like.
So that's another skill that I have.
Great.
And another skill you have is jumping over
things.
You know,
and hurting
medium-sized bottle things of water.
Yeah.
And not rising to challenges, if that's the lesson you've learned.
Not rising to challenges?
Yeah, you've like, okay, you have that option to rise to the challenge, but I think you're better at choosing your challenges.
Gotcha. Well, you know, I rise to challenges. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, I'm trying to clarify what we talk about.
Yes, you're better at discerning which challenges are worth, you know, the effort and energy.
Check this out, baby. In order to do the smoke, I'm doing this. So I've taken this object and I've set it up that it is the smoke object for this. But the problem now is that the physics of this thing is all janky. So we go to physics, and what do I have to do here? The forces, I just saw that. So let's randomize the velocity and the velocity. So I can make these lighter. That will make them fall more slowly. That's not what I want. I want them to go up. So, field weights. Okay, here we go. Gravity is 1. I want gravity to be the opposite of 1, or 0 at least. So when it's 0, they go up that way.
What?
Yeah. But now I don't want it to just kind of go that way. I want, here's what's cool. So the gravity is 0, and there's several ways I can do this. I can kind of create a force and push it forward, but I think one of the coolest ways to do this is try to keep it true to kind of what's happening. So anyway, I'm gonna create a an object here, and this is I haven't done this in a while. What am I looking for?
True to what's happening.
Oh.
So
a fan. I want to create wind, essentially, is what I'm saying. Rather than to... Okay, force field.
Whenever I build a fire, like, somehow wherever I'm standing, like, the wind will push the smoke, like, into my eyes. I was like, how? I'm moving. And it's just like, I don't care, bitch.
I don't care.
I don't give a fuck.
Girl!
That thing's so good. I'm so impressed by like all the things you're doing, and that you're able to like insert like the perfect like sound effects sometimes too. It's great.
So funny. So here's a fan, and if I put the fan on, you see now it puts it up like that. And I can adjust the strength of the fan. You see it goes fast, but let me bring it down to like this.
Wow.
All right, so that feels about right. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to play with the size of the smoke, the randomness, and I want to also do
cool.
I want some other randomness. Oh, particles? No. Rotation.
Chat with Kara's mom later, so I'm just gonna schedule a meeting on Zoom.
Okay, baby. velocity a little random as well. And there we go.
2 p.m.
Let's make this. Yeah, you're gonna do a talk with my friend Kara, our friend Kara. I went to
His mom.
Kara's mom. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, they met in the 3rd grade. Oh, and Kara's mom is so sweet. Her fucking dad, her brother, Kenny.
Yeah.
So sweet. What a beautiful family. You know,
That's
reminds me
beautiful.
of my own, and except like even cuter. It was like, oh, stop.
They're really awesome.
But united in our fucking love for Billy. This is so cool. Okay.
Thanks, babe.
240.
All right.
Anyway, the mom's like super awesome and interesting, and I just think there's such a wealth of, you know, experiential knowledge and wisdom in people's moms. So,
Yes.
trying to get that out.
You're doing a segment. That's another thing. So you're doing a segment now. You did a thing. It's on your YouTube page.
This is a plug.
I think we gotta create a playlist, and I'm gonna try to link it somehow.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I have.
it was an awesome hour and a half conversation with your mom.
Yeah.
All over, like talking about her experience and your experiences together, and all kinds of topics you guys covered.
Mm-hmm.
So now this is gonna be the second one, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I could spring for the paid Zoom, but no, I don't want to do that. So
Yeah.
this will be a 40-minute one, and if we want, we can talk for longer. Let's make another little thing.
Cool.
Sorry, I'm thinking aloud.
Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah. I guess I could do that. Okay, let me send her a link.
Ba ba da ba bong bang. Oh, bong.
Select all. Copy.
Frame start. Alright, so we want it to already be starting. And this is gonna go for 100 frames. I'll make it 200 frames.
Miss Patrice.
What time y'all gonna do that?
2 o'clock.
Oh, fantastic.
So yeah, got a couple hours.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is,
breaks. That was
Yeah, we're gonna
such a
take a
good
break.
fire. I'm so impressed.
here's what we're gonna do. I just want to let's see here. If you just give me a moment, do cache bake 200 frames. How's it baked here? All right, great.
Is it bacon?
So here's our guy. Ooh. Jesus.
Trying to find that right emoji is such an important part of texting again. Sending a great text. We added something to the wheel that I hope comes up after the break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
This looks so good, babe.
All right, I'm almost done too, baby. So here we go. Global. I just want to pull this down. All right, so there's our guy. And we can actually, no, I want to come right here.
And fucking Xenial, man. But also not.
So we can't see the,
No.
is it, yeah, it's feeling
Not
lost in Xenial
incompetent,
too?
though, you know.
Yeah.
He like is keeping his wits about him.
Yeah.
So that's good.
So I'm gonna start with a location here, rotation here, and then I move forward, and then it goes really from this angle, like so. And so then we do I. All right, now watch this. This should be cool, baby. Move this over. All right, and let's close one of them. And
Ooh, yeah. Oh man, love
it's
it.
very.
If you can
loose.
one day like get his hands to go like this, one day, but like
Let
this,
him do what?
like
Oh, he's waving?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually the way
he's
to
trying
do it.
to
Exactly.
you know get someone's attention. I love it. This whole thing is like, you know, just because you're lost doesn't mean you have to panic. It still means you have options.
That's right. That's
you can
right.
look for your helpers and tools.
Yes. Lost and Xenial. Well done. Way to pull that out.
Yeah.
All right.
Love it. Oh, he's like, welcome. Welcome to Save Me.
Yeah.
Come, please. Okay. See you in a few.
See y'all later, y'all.
In a few? Or are we?
Yeah, we're going to take a break.
Okay, great.
We're going to take a break.
All right. Break time.
Let's put Marlon Graph back on. And, peace.
I've been feeling grateful for everybody that fronted on me, that stunted on me, that run up on me, put love up on me. Said I just want to say thank you for what they said that I couldn't do, that I shouldn't do, that I would improve. I said look and do, said I wouldn't lose. I'm just grateful. World dog looking shameful. They want me to hate you, but look at all of this, look at all of this here. Couldn't pay you enough to thank you, and ain't much in the bank too. But I've been feeling where everyone wanna be hard, but only like 2 out 10 need to be. Everyone wanna be seen, shit. So we change up scenery. Self-worth costs sweat. But to look at a screen is free, and I was getting upset, but it ain't set me up for shit. Letting up, forget about it. I'm used to them doubting. My movement been routed. That light look green to me. Half the time these dudes only talking, they more Charles Barkley than TNT. At less than half of where I wanna be, I'm still half the shit that I dream to be. Ironic how both my fam and my foe always be leaving me. Get it? It just depends on how you hear. The ride depend on how you stare. And they wanna sample my energy, but if we ain't friends, don't have to clear them, don't have to cheer, cleanse my past and spirit. I got food to eat and family around, so anger, that's just mass fear. I got so much love to be bitter with it sitting with. I gave too much fuss just to let them take my spirit with it. Grateful for everybody that fronted on me, that stunted on me, that run up on me, put love up on me. Said I just want to say thank you for what they said that I couldn't do, that I shouldn't do, that I would improve. I said look and do, said I wouldn't lose. I'm just grateful. World dog looking shameful. They want me to hate you, but look at all of this, look at all of this here. Couldn't pay you enough to thank you, and ain't much in the bank too. But I've been feeling great. Every L I take is a W, ain't found its other half. Take the negative times, and I end up, that's tougher math. They don't wanna live it, they just want the story. Fuck your allegations and your allegories. Fuck around and kill your whole category. My Grammy love me, fuck a rap award. See, I'm grateful for every enemy that wanna see an enemy. Yo, girl, just message me, talking about she love my empathy. Can't even walk and chew gum, but yet still you move so extrally. You just do your best, you impression, just try and increase your impressions, but you ain't impressing, we. Oh no, 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 type of bitter, put the foe in the photos. I just keep my head up and move low, low, low. But shit, I see the you and me, I still need growth for sure. So I got too much love to be bitter with it sitting with. I gave too much fuss just to let them take my spirit with it. Grateful for everybody that fronted on me, that stunted on me, that run up on me, put love up on me. Said I just want to say thank you for what they said that I couldn't do, that I shouldn't do, that I would improve. I said look and do, said I wouldn't lose. I'm just grateful. World dog looking shameful. They want me to hate you, but look at all of this, look at all of this here.
Ready?
Yo, what up? What up?
Hey, missed you guys.
Alright.
Well, I guess.
What'd you say?
I was like, missed you guys, but I think I'm the only one watching. That's okay. Love it.
Let me pause there.
Yeah.
Cool, that was great.
Yeah.
How about this? What about?
Yeah, I think we're just gonna. I want to spin the wheel again.
Spin the wheel!
But mostly I want to talk about this other stuff that we want to talk about too. So we're going to try to
let's see if we can
wrap it in.
Melange it.
Oh,
Melange it.
What's that mean?
By the way, check that out. New one.
Oh, compliment.
Yeah.
Ooh, love. Giving a good compliment.
Yes.
And getting one.
Exactly. We added a new thing. So, the wheel's going to update. The wheel's going to update itself. We're going to update it.
As we evolve, so will the wheel.
So will the wheel. You ready to give that boy a spin?
Yeah, let's do it. The wheel.
The wheel.
God damn it. See?
Acronym?
Interesting. I think it's like, when it starts again, it goes to the same one. it starts at the same spot, and so it just like.
Kisses! Mwah!
Love it. Love you so much.
Mwah. All right, so we got to spin this thing twice. Is that what you're saying?
So I think when the wheel goes away,
yeah,
it resets, and it resets to the same place.
Got you.
So that it like will always kind of, or often.
Spin it again.
Yeah.
Reaction. Oh. Reaction is we look at a video and we react to it.
Oh, perfect.
It's actually perfect.
Okay, excellent.
All right.
We're going to do Feral Girl or...
yeah, great question.
Or Kids Lisa.
How you feeling right now?
I'm feeling... Yeah, I'm feeling good.
All right, then let's do
either.
Yeah, let's do Feral Girl then.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So Feral Girl Summer, y'all. Y'all familiar with this?
I hadn't heard about it until Billy brought it up to me as in relation to this video, and then I Googled, like, you know, where the people in the video said they got this from. I was like, who are these people?
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, let's just watch this video.
Can they hear it?
Yeah, yeah. Pull it up like this. Bang, bang. All right, this is a dude named Chris Williamson. Chris Williamson, actually, in my opinion, on the internet, he represents... He's some version of the Manosphere that is not... like, there's so many levels to it, but he is sounding the alarm on issues that relate to men and trying to make sure men are... You know, he alerts people that men are it seems, stats are... There's fewer men having sex. There's fewer men... He has videos like that. Fewer men getting an education. He also talks with, like, Jordan Peterson, and they seem to have a lot of commonalities. I disagree with him, I would say 60% of the time, but then occasionally it's a lot of the time. But I think the other parts are useful stuff about mindfulness, about being, you know, I think the positive versions of masculinity as well, like taking control of one's life and being active. So it's a mixed bag with him. Anyway, here's this video about an issue that he's concerned with. And let's hear it.
It's a talk about Feral Girl Summer. So I wanted to talk about Feral Girl Summer, which I saw in The Independent a little while ago. Feral Girl Summer is the latest dating trend to make single women feel inadequate. A new TikTok trend is encouraging women to embrace their authentic selves. But what does it say about the pressures society places on women without partners? So, as you might be aware, Hot Girl Summer was a thing that was promoted. Was it by... Who did it? Megan Thee Stallion, to capture the post-pandemic spirit of last year, trended on TikTok and Instagram. Hot Girl Summer.
Hot Girl Summer.
And Feral Girl Summer is about not shaving your legs. It's about think Fleabag with a sprinkle of someone who has been at Glastonbury for 3 weeks. Ostensibly, the Feral Girl Summer is not about dating, but as with Hot Girl Summer, its definition is dependent on it. According to the dating app Badoo, 87% of female users felt pressure to have a Hot Girl Summer in 2021, with 71% saying that this impacted their dating life. So, Feral Girl Summer is whatever the opposite is of Hot Girl Summer. It's talking about female autonomy. It's not giving a fuck. The attitude is similar to that perpetuated by the cool girl trope. Problematic yet this seductive depiction of subdued femininity created for the male gaze. So this is a trend created by women for women, but has somehow been screwed back around to.
So what do you think about this so far? Just straight off the bat. Like, I remember Hot Girl Summer from last year. I remember seeing a lot of hashtags, and I thought it was dope. I thought it was great. Women were showing off that, you know, I see the backlash now. People, this is part of this backlash of, like, it was a sexual revolution, a women's sexual revolution that shouldn't have been, and but I loved it at the time. It just seemed
Why shouldn't it have been?
Well, people don't like some of the modern definitions. Like, this is a part of feminism. They prefer a feminism that is a bit more, I think, you know, these old school, they want an intellectualized, political feminism, that isn't based in, I don't know, there's a fear about women's sexuality and that freedom that Hot Girl Summer represented. And maybe his beef now is with Feral Girl Summer, which, should we keep playing this? But it's essentially, it seems to me about removing beauty standards from, or not removing them, but diminishing them in your as a role in your life as you choose to be?
Yeah, I think it's choosing your own beauty standards. I think we're told that we have to be like women, have to be, in order to be like, have feel good about yourself, to have other people think you look good, to want to spend time with you. You have to, be clean shaven. You have to like be, shower every chance you get. You have to be kind of, put together. Your hair has to be done. And I think it's, kind of being like you can set that standard, and like you're beautiful kind of regardless, like how you come out, you don't have to, shave or, subscribe to.
That's what feral girl.
Typical. That's what I'm saying, feral girl, right? And so you were thinking hot girl. Is that what you were saying?
I was talking about hot girl a second ago. I think feral girl is this summer it's a bit more.
So also,
the thing is, there's always a name on stuff.
That's
right?
the other thing. I think so. The hot girl summer, coined, I guess, by Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know where feral girl. I think I saw like it was a TikTok trend that this white woman was talking about. She's the one who wrote this article about feral girl summer. It's here and it's harmful and but. Like I understand how the media works, and if you're paid to write articles, you have to, put out several a week. So that might maybe diminish the quality for the sake of the quantity of stuff you have to put out. So I think there's also this thing about like white people analyzing a thing that like, commodifying a thing that like a black woman started, and her audience was probably, predominantly like black women. And, when we were last year, when we were at, we did this yoga thing in the park in Baltimore.
Yes.
And it was run by this awesome black woman who's a tattoo artist, Luna, so cute. Yes. And, it was all black people, mostly black women, but, not all. But all, yes. Lots of locks or hair, in these different really interesting styles, and like, armpits out, tattoos, just being very themselves. And like, I love the idea of like being, rewilding myself. Like, once you like come out of the womb, people are trying to domesticate you and tell you how you have to be accepted and, have value. And this is, I feel like, it's a affirmation that like, no, actually you're dope kind of how you are, and it's okay if other people don't get it. And anyway, exactly. So I didn't think I would say like I fit, we definitely fit into that, the place we were. So
before there was a word for it, before there was a term.
Yeah. Before white people kind of made it into like, oh, shizzle my nizzle, like you're taking everything and like white people take it, make it into a bad thing, and then say that it's harming people.
It's just different people talking. Like, I don't know, make it into a bad thing. So so you were just existing. You are just existing. Yes. So my baby, ever since I met you, even on your Tinder profile when I met you, you had a picture with your arms up, and you had your armpits. Your armpits are always just a little bit of hair like that. You know what I'm saying? I think it's sexy. I think it's different. You know what I'm saying? I think that when I first saw it on Tinder, I was like, I started to have to. It's like I want to know more about her, like off that, because it was different, and I realized the standard. I realized that is. I know a lot of dudes who like hair, myself included, actually, to be honest, right? I talked to you about this. Like, you don't really grow hair on your legs.
Yeah. Very privileged to just naturally not grow hair on my arms or legs.
Yeah.
But definitely on my underarm and on my vajay. But on my vulva. But like it's naturally kind of grows into like a really cute bush. So I feel just very privileged by that. I know the pressure growing up. And still that people have, like women have to be like clean shaven and to have your vagina, scented and, shaven to look like a prepubescent girls. Cause that's sexy. What? No, I think someone's like been telling us, trying to get us used to being attracted to a prepubescent, vagina and vulva. And so I, already look pretty young. So I'm like, that, hair is one of the few things that make it clear that I am an adult woman.
Yeah, I fuck with it. Like, I don't have any issues. I actually, you know, I love that it's like, you know, I think there's a level of sort of freedom and, you know, mismanagement or whatever you want to call it, where it's completely like, I think, is that a, you know,
mismanagement.
Management?
Abandon?
Mismanagement. Abandon.
Yeah, I think mismanagement indicates like it's something you're supposed to be like managing and I'm just being. I'm not trying to be too attached to, you know, I'm trying to be in touch with like my comfort level and like, you know.
Yeah, I guess I'm saying that there's you are trying to do that, and I think we all need to access that. And here you were talking about the yoga thing that we did, and it was awesome. And I would say 100% of those, a lot of those women there would qualify, I think, under the Feral Girl Summer category, simply even just in the armpit thing. Everyone was wearing yoga stuff so you can see armpits. And I think that's an interesting, to me, it tells me, it's like, who is this person is in this climate, in this world, in this society.
Kind of bucking societal expectations.
Like, and still being beautiful and still like, and you see like.
And being kind and awesome and all the things.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Because they're fuller than
sexy.
that. And they're not here to be gazed at, really. You know what I'm saying?
They're
like you can gaze and you can appreciate and they're beautiful, but you can't, it's not for you. It's not your, you know? So that's a key thing with it. And so
it reminds me of like a tree, you know, we've all seen beautiful trees, and you know, a tree is not being beautiful for us. It's just being, it's just existing, and we revel in its wildness and feralness. And when the difference, I think like sometimes people, you know, feel entitled to not only stare at women, but to ogle them and to like, if they're wearing something. So also when we were doing that yoga, it's like in the middle of Baltimore City. And so like this one guy like came like behind the group and was like going.
No, he was in the fence. He was outside at the fence, doing that at the fence. He did that for a couple of seconds. Well, first off, I don't know how long he was doing it, because by the time I looked over,
doing yoga.
Yeah, I was involved in the yoga. By the time I looked over, I just caught him, you know, just staring, just being creepy. You know what I mean? And so it's the first time I saw him, and I just kept like a little bit of attention that way. And then the second time I saw him like pointing stuff out and kind of gyrating, and I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? So I just kept an eye on him, but he never kind of came in. Weird.
I think like that's one of the things, just like letting someone know that like you're watching, and then that's like not cool, like makes them. But the point is, I know like we were just existing, just being, you know, just doing our thing. And in the same way that guy doesn't go over to a beautiful tree to go like that, you know, like gesticulating, it's because it's not about beauty and attraction. It's about power. Like he sees a bunch of women, you know, and he can see them being, and he's like, oh yeah.
He might do that to a tree. You know what he's into.
Maybe, but there were a lot of trees around, and I didn't see him do it to that.
I think the real point is that you guys don't. You're human. Like let's say he did do that to a tree. I would say I go weird, but I would say don't do that to women. Don't do that to humans. Like people are trying to, you know, do their yoga and not be objectified and have to deal with the strange things. All these women at the end of it have to get to their cars and get home. We're in the middle of Baltimore. And so I think me and Brick, and maybe there was only one other guy, and I think all three of us had a heightened sense of awareness around that. It's just it's just a rude thing to do that doesn't take into account you. It doesn't ask if your safety and your, you know, it's safety in the moment is being respected. So
it's just like, just let us exist.
Yeah.
Like you don't like go about your day, sir.
All right. So back to the feral thing though. Like it seems to me it's almost a similar thing though, where it feels like these guys have to stop you from existing, stop you from being this. You know, your notion of being has to be challenged.
And that like what I'm doing must be because I'm trying to get the attention of men. It's created for the male gaze, they said. How do you fucking know?
Let's play this a little bit more.
What?
To it being a product of the patriarchy and its oppressive, cis, heteronormative.
Is that what they're saying, that it's a product of the patriarchy?
Oh, everything is. Similar, another TikTok trend, goblin mode. Have you seen that?
No, I like that though.
Goblin mode. The Feral Girl Summer encourages women to forego beauty rituals in favor of more radicalized, unkempt aesthetics. You have to be your authentic self in order to qualify, and that apparently means throwing away your razor. Why? Because
I don't know anyone. Is there a club? You have to qualify?
So, exactly.
What
when
is
they
he
think
talking
they,
about?
this is all. So I went and saw what they were talking about. It's this one article in the Independent from their millennial relationships.
This one here?
Person, yeah, Olivia Petter, a white woman. They're British, you know, and so she's talking about a TikTok trend, and like she is also speaking. She looked at a poll that was on this dating app, a UK dating app, and it was like, did you feel did Hot Girl Summer last year alter your life or like affect your life? And that's like the data stats. And so like her conclusion that like Feral Girl Summer is the latest dating trend designed to make single women feel inadequate is like really, I would think, creating a problem where there maybe isn't one. I don't know many people who get their dating trends from TikTok or who are trying to make single women feel inadequate. It just feels like a stretch in all of these things that they're making it like, oh, it's actually toxic and it's not about the patriarchy. And it's like, what? Where are you getting all this data from? Yeah. I hadn't heard of this until a week ago when you told me about it. And so it just seems like it's maybe...
Is it because...
I think it's trying to hate on feminism in like a repackaged kind of, but very typical way, like still making fun of kind of women for, you know, being like, oh, you know, what he said, like these are, beauty standards are created by women for women. It's not about men. We didn't do this. And I'm like,
yeah, that's nonsense because here's my thing with the title real quick, even women feel inadequate. Isn't it the standard of like a certain cinched body type and certain hair and certain things like this, that those are the things that create the inadequacy?
Yeah.
So it seems to me that the Feral Girl Summer, which is just a word, which is just a slogan, which is just a title that can be trademarked,
kind of a branding,
you know, it's a branding thing that has nothing. I think the spirit of trying to, I don't know,
be authentic
yourself,
and feral,
be yourself,
and rewilding,
and you know, like.
Yeah,
that this is an attempt to escape the inadequacy of the norms of the mainstream culture.
Yes.
So they flip the entire thing on its head, I think, and
to say it's if you're not a feral, and like I even read more of what the term in their eye is. It's more of it's like you accept every shot. It's more of like a wild in a like you're going out to, you know, a party every, you know, day, and you're drinking and you're, you know, never taking a shower. And it's like, who thinks of it as that? Who's really being like, you know, that just feels like it's trying to minimize and like really bastardize what actually is going on and try to make it so wanting to be loved and accepted and comfortable just being yourself.
Yeah.
You know, existing in this vessel you have is now like, oh, but you're doing it specifically to attract a guy and you're making other women who don't want to do that feel bad. Like, there just feels like a lot of tenuous connections.
And it feels like it's taking what could be just
a good
I don't know. When you frame it as a TikTok trend,
that will be
then
gone.
I think it should be, it's open for criticism. You know, it's a total straw man. It takes us from something you have been doing since I've known you, which is 3 years, for a little bit more than that. And I think that, like, and then you have a word and then say that, you know, and it attaches a whole bunch of suite of ideas and ways of being that aren't you. And so I think it's just important for people to realize how these stories happen and how they don't really apply.
Yeah. And also how, you know, the video we were watching on it is, you know, this guy who is typically kind of a better manosphere analysis, like is on men's stuff. And, you know, he's talking about in this how, you know, this is a trend that's started for women by women, you know, like men, but also it's created for the male gaze. And it's like, why are you even, and like, they're like, men don't care about this. Okay, why did you make a whole video on it? You don't care? Right. What does this have to do with you at all then? Is it because like y'all don't really like women not shaving? Do you not like them not existing in this idea of how they should exist? You're just not comfortable with them just being?
So I think what's funny is I think men have a stake, right? And have a right to articulate preference. But I think there needs to be a dialogue about that. Because look, all of the time we are you know, a lot of dudes have insecurities about their arms or their, you know what I'm saying, their muscle tone, things like this, that have some relation to you, that have some relation to the woman in their lives that they're trying to appeal to, and you guys,
but I also
tell
know,
us, you guys tell us certain things.
I get that, but I also know lots more dudes who don't have arms or whatever, or who have really big arms or have very skinny arms, who women are still like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you. I know you're more than just your arms. Yeah. I don't think there are commercials every day about men getting better arms. Like, if anything, they're geared towards like all people, but like I think women are certainly bombarded more with like, your hair is not shiny enough, your skin is not smooth enough or hairless enough. Like razor commercials where they're already shaving a, you know, smooth leg. This is like all like your makeup, you're aging too fast, you know, your diet, your cortisol level is making you have belly fat. I just think it's like a lot more targeted at women, these beauty standards. And so then the idea that, you know, men like you created this for the, like you're doing this for the male gaze, and like, but men didn't create this, that's not the patriarchy. Like, what are you talking about? How do we think these things get on TV? It's typically a lot of men in power being like, you can't be in this commercial unless you are skinny, unless you are this. This is what we say is beautiful.
You to look like this.
Yes.
You know.
And so I don't like the kind of, you know, dishonesty, like, oh shucks, like what? We'll take you any way you come. I don't care. Why are you guys spending so much time worrying about what people think of you? Why are you talking about it if you didn't want us to, you know, think about it? You're obviously conveying a preference. Feral Girl Summer is here and it's terrifying. Is it? That feels like a terrifying. Is that what's been terrifying about this summer? That girls are having shaved armpits?
Right.
Come on.
Yeah, I think this is a clear, we should listen more, but it's a clear effort to kind of rein it in on an effort, you know,
it's like
should,
cool it.
all the, again, the use of insecurities in the article or inadequacy is totally, it's totally flipping on its head, because
and when you
what
read
this is
like how they measure inadequacy, it's not even, you know,
I didn't even read you read the whole thing?
Yeah.
Because
I wanted to see like what, you know, I don't want a thing that's like helping other, but like how are they measuring that people are feeling inadequate specifically because of this trend?
Yeah. Right, exactly.
And like what that feels like.
I think that these trends have that potential. These trends all trends have this potential. Should you choose to lean into a trend, but this is I don't think it's not a trend.
But exactly.
Your experience with being yourself authentically is not a trend. And I think neither is mine. And it shouldn't ever be geared that way. What he's defending, or I think if we listen more, is a set of ways of being that aren't, you know, it's just, you have to play with the beauty routines, you have to buy the products, you have to stay interested in the ways that people are watching you.
Exactly. People are perceiving you. You have to exist in a way that's inoffensive to other people. Right. And like, that's a trend. The thinspo trend, you know, like these diet teas and stuff, these like waist trainers.
Yeah, there's so many
things. Those are probably more terrifying and harmful trends. And so even if this, like more people might be taking it up, it might be more visible that people are like, no, you know, you have a beach body. You know, wear the dress.
That's so
wear
interesting.
The shorts.
You're right, because all those products are parts of trends, and all these diets are parts of trends as well. But these are trends that I imagine, will, you know, he'll co-sign. These are good trends. These are the trends.
He's
that
like,
the women
it's about
should.
health. Like, you don't care. You don't care if she's skinny because she has a thyroid issue, or if it's because she's been doing these waist training. Like, you don't care about that because you've been told that people should exist to be pleasing to you and not to be comfortable to them.
And what do you say to the fact that, like, let's say the waist training stuff, that's a in-group reinforced thing. There are women selling waist trainers, women selling, you know, saran wrap, sort of.
I see that as my sisters trying to, you know, with what they know, being like, this helps, you know, like dudes like this more. They like you, taking care of your body, being concerned about looking good, about like doing what you can to have that cinched waist. But like, who cares if your waist is cinched? What, like, who told us that was something we should care about?
Makes us bad feminists. Is having hairy legs supposed to make us feel empowered when we have sex? Apparently means throwing away your razor. Why? Because conforming to beauty standards makes us bad feminists. Is having hairy legs supposed to make us feel empowered when we have sex? And if it doesn't, does that make us a failure? So basically, it's a very unfalsified.
Who's making the case that having beauty standards makes you a bad feminist? Has anyone made that argument?
I haven't seen that.
I think that would be a silly argument to make. I know a lot of sexy ass women with beauty standards. I know a lot of myself, men with standards for beauty, for the people I'm with and with myself. So it's like, what does that have to do? Like, what is he talking about? Who made that up?
Yeah. And, oh man, there's this great little article I have to get on. It's the racist history of body hair. And how, like, colonialism, they wanted to make a difference. So they created this standard of the ideal woman, ideal person, clean shaven, like, neat, like, women, no hair, you smell good, you do all these things. And why, actually, that's a beauty standard that was created externally that isn't even helpful and doesn't even, isn't an indication of my beauty, inner or outer. And it's just, it doesn't make sense to me. And I think it also doesn't make sense to a lot of people.
The standards will exist. And I think it's just a question of understanding that at the end of the day, those are your standards and you don't have the power to impose. And we have to be mindful of this, of the freedom of the person that we're observing to be themselves.
Viable idea that womanhood is archaic ideologies around womanhood, and this is something that's put forward by men. And you go, well, look at where most of the criticism about women's appearances come from. It's not men. It's mostly other women. Men criticize men and women criticize women. That doesn't mean that there isn't crossover, but beauty standards for women aren't created by men. We don't give a fuck about your new fast fashion and whether pastel shades are in, and whether you remember a thigh gap when a thigh gap was a thing.
So he's talking about fads again. I think that beauty fads are created like Cosmopolitan magazine, TikTok, BuzzFeed. These things come up with fads. They are fun things that people can participate in the beautification space. But the standard of
a standard is different than a trend like pastel colors or hoochie daddy shorts or those types of sunglasses or the little tight shirts now.
Right.
That's a trend, and that's not what we're talking about. And he's conflating the two which is a very like typical kind of misogynist tact to be like, women are all about shoes and colors and they're so concerned with how they look so vain, and that's not something we're putting on them when like it's allowing them to misconstrue their own vanity, their own the way they reinforce these beauty standards on women. It's just very like, this is all a silly girl thing. Their heads are always caught up in the wrong silly things, and men don't care. Like,
I mean, we have our stuff too, like our stuff is, we have trends. It's less, I see more kind of men beauty trends happening now, but I think before, when I grew up, the, trends with sports and
we went to Venice Beach, Muscle Beach. Is that not just like a vanity thing? Dudes trying to work out where everyone is there, like taking pictures. They're so buff. It's literally where Gold's Gym started. It's just
there's different workout trends. There's different like dietary trends. There's things about sort of like accessing peak manhood. There, we have stuff too, and that's about men to men. I think he's right on that. These are fads, but generally speaking, men have told women that they need to be slim, fit.
If we're going to choose you to be, take full part in, society, you have to look a certain way.
There are going to be standards, and they exist, and I don't know why he would make the claim that they don't.
But I think, there's more, way more dudes who don't have to subscribe, don't have to be fit, or, nice to look at, or nice to smell. They just are men, and like, so, but like women who like didn't smell nice or were too big or not the right size, like dudes have we've allowed men to be gatekeepers for women, and like usually if we're gonna let a woman in, she has to be comfortable to us, pleasing to us.
See, that's the thing. So men have imposed very much beauty standards. Women have a standard, it seems standard for like, I don't know, protection, or like this is a concern people have right now. right? In terms of the dating scene and money, we were talking about this, the gold digger stuff, and maybe we can, like
that's like a non-gendered thing though. Like if you were my partner was a woman or a non-binary person or anything, I would still want to feel safe with you. And now that isn't like that I need them to be able to like punch out an attacker, because that isn't what usually happens. That isn't my life. I still know I'm gonna exist, but like I want a safety in our personal things. I want to, I want that from everyone in my life. I don't think either gender. I wouldn't want someone who's like a wilting flower every time something happens, or they break down mentally or emotionally. And like I think that's right. Even though a man's breakdown might look more violent and more like or whatever, that is an equal lack of emotional safety and maturity. Oh my God, were we talking really quietly for a long time?
Yeah, we talked not for a long time, just for like maybe the last 2 minutes.
Okay, great. But I think the discussion often like starts to kind of just go into these misogynist tropes where like women are kind of, men have pressure too and they handle it better. We don't have these silly trends and stuff, and we're not. And I was like,
yeah. And what's funny is too, like they just look different. They show up different because what are these financial trends? What are these like things and schemes to do this and that?
To the moon and
I mean, it's weird. I don't know, man. It's a preoccupation that comes up differently for different people. All right, should we keep playing on this?
Yeah.
And now it's whether you've got like a big bum. All of that came from women to women.
Other than that song, I like Big Bums,
it's very, very
which was...
What is he talking about?
What is he talking about? Yeah. I think he's trying to rewrite literally the history of songs and also like the music industry, and it's really trying to make you not look behind the curtain of who is paying to perpetuate these trends.
He's just saying stuff, but I remember when J-Lo was this huge, had a huge butt, which I don't know. Was that really the case? I don't even remember. Like, not by today's standards.
Exactly. Compared to what the beauty standard they used to put up, which was this heroin, skinny, hipless, white model with no boobs. And
that was the fashion industry. That was like the elite fashion industry, right? But even in the...
And no, after that, like, like the models, Pamela Anderson, like they want this exaggerated form of femininity. So like a big ass titties, and now that's not as popular. They want more of this kind of shape. And like, but that is not, I didn't get that from other women. I saw that, hip-hop, exactly.
And, Nicki Minaj and like this, and Lil' Kim, and
I see the people who
fetishization of the fat booty.
Exactly. Men who have better lives, who have more money, who have more choices. The world sees the women that they choose, the women that they spend their time with, and they're usually few and far between and more ornamental, and they probably, like, not to say they aren't whole people, but like, I think their value to the man is in their support role, in their ability to, take a back seat as, in order to let the man fly. And like, I don't think it has to be an either or. And that's been a false dichotomy that I think has been perpetuated by all of us living in a patriarchy, which is started and, cultivated by men.
Yeah, I think he's totally way off when he says the trend on any of these trends that he's talking about. Okay, again, there are trends that start off, again, from Cosmo magazine with like girls and women with influence, and they start a thing, and if that happens,
but
there
like,
are
why
little
did they
businesses.
Get influence,
Yeah, there are women, there are, these kinds of things, but then by and large, women are sort of familiar with how to be for men, and that's just
all of that
we know
came
how to
from women
navigate through
to women.
This world.
It wasn't us. But the Feral Girl Summer thing, I just think it's very, very interesting because it's showing very quickly this sort of vacillation from one extreme to another. Hot Girl Summer was supposed to be, the pandemic's locked everybody down, summer's here, you're supposed to be your best self and go out and be glamorous with your friends and go to festivals and wear white boots and stuff like that. Within 1 year,
Is that what it was?
It's now
what
whatever the
white
exact opposite
person's
is.
Well, it makes sense.
analysis
They're
of
really the
something
same
that
energy.
Meg Thee Stallion started? What?
It's like they're actually.
I think
not only,
Lizzo also is in Hot Girl Summer. I think she was very like, you're hot, girl. Go out. Wear your bikini. Don't hide. What?
Trying to look a certain way, right? I mean, my whole life I've been so aesthetically minded, but like not like with necessarily good aesthetics, right? I was like a hardcore kid in the Bay Area, all black, and you know, I had like a neck full of handmade beaded necklaces that showed you how straight edge I was, or something like
Do you
that.
have the
right?
black cross on the
were
back
you
of the
trying
hand?
to
When
make
we went
other
to shows,
dudes feel
sure.
bad?
Let's go.
Yeah. So, but
Just
like
existing.
the aesthetics, like my brother says, I took myself out of the game before I'd even started, right? Like, they're the same. They're the same energy, because back to the bit about authenticity, like you have to kind of know yourself a little bit to try to be honest about your inauthenticity.
Yes.
And I think it's actually quite hard to be honest about your inauthenticity, to even
We're taught
to even
not
grok
to.
it in any sort of way, right? It's like it's actually kind of running in the background a bit, and it's hard to get back. It's harder to get back there than it is to like try something like this, which is very clear, be hot. This, which is very clear, be not hot. You know, it's like, oh, this feels
How
like
do you
the
be
same
not hot?
thing.
Exactly. See, be not hot is not.
It's
the
this-
goal. See, but that's his projection onto the thing.
Yeah,
you know?
it's like these women
That's
must
not-
be doing this to attract me
No.
or to repel. Like,
Yes, it's not a rejection of looking good. All people want to
Yeah.
look good. They want to be validated.
it's expanding the understanding of what looks good
That's
and the vantage point of who's doing the determining of
Yes.
whether it looks good. Like, it's making it internal more
Yeah.
than, you know.
You see how subtly, like, he's just operating on an assumption that won't be challenged in this conversation for him, and so they can just keep going and
Yeah.
be kind of wrong.
I think,
in their
their
assumption.
premise is faulty. And I think even the other guy is probably getting it more right, but still, their premise is off.
The other guy, right?
Yeah.
Be something. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. It's like be.
Maybe it's hairy legs.
Yeah.
Maybe it's under armpits.
You
Yeah,
know?
there's a really cool thing that I learned about mimetic theory. So you know mimesis, right? Rene Girard's thing. People copy people that are of high status, right? Megan Thee Stallion, high enough status to cause millions probably of girls to think about having a hot girl summer last year. Now, there's two types of mimesis. I didn't know this. One is positive mimesis, which is when you model off somebody that's high status.
Yeah.
And the other is negative mimesis, which is when you don't model off somebody that's low status. So the problem with trying to be a contrarian or a heterodox or a cynic or a skeptic, a lot of the time, that's no more nuanced or depth thinking than the other person. Or if all that you do is reflexively be contrarian to whatever the mainstream narrative is, that's no smarter than the people that just follow it. You've just inverted whatever the algorithm is. It's the same with
That's
you know
true,
what
but
happened
that's
with the
like
vaccines and stuff.
emo people
Yeah.
versus, you know, the normies.
Yeah.
You know, like, who cares though? Like, it's not terrifying. That's just how some people are. They're like, oh, I hate pop music. I don't listen to, like, you know, I don't watch TV. People who are just trying to be contrarian because if everyone likes it, it must be lame. I get that. But I think it's kind of, it's trying to create a false binary too. Like, you're either with following the trends or you're actively understanding what the trends are and rejecting them.
And he's completely glossing over what the other guy was saying, what the other guy was getting right. That there's also a third way that's going on, which is more difficult. And it's more difficult for the person. So it's more difficult for the person to go and actually become a genuine person and figure out what that means. But it's also more difficult for us to see it. How do we know? How does anyone know when I look at you that you're being genuine, or are you actually performing the thing? Unless we dig deeper, we spend some time with the person, things like this, we might be able to.
But then
to
it's like,
figure
what
that
is performing the thing? Like, you know, isn't everything we do kind of performing? Like, you know, as long as I'm not like, you know, laying quietly in a room by myself, like I am kind of performing being a human, being like a domesticated human in this thing, and you know, my clothes reflect kind of how I want to present to other people. And, you know.
Exactly. And you have that right. And you have an agreement to some degree, right? Because there's a way that you could show up that is authentic, but is like truly, you know, problematic. Let's say you just completely stop showering and, you know, all this stuff. And it can be truly offensive in a way that we can all agree, you know? But, you know, he's not talking about that. In fact, they keep saying it's vacillating between hot girl summer to this like not hot. That's what he's trying to say. He's trying to say that these women, he's trying to take what is a nuanced spectrum of manifestation, nuanced spectrum of the ways that people, women, girls in the summer want to manifest their true and genuine self. He collapses it down to this thing called not hot, offensive,
yes,
and says that and tries to imply that women are being robots when they're doing this, rather than actually the exact opposite of what it is.
Yeah.
So again, he glossed over what Sun was saying, and I think that's crazy. And I hope Sun brings it back, helps him reframe.
I think it really reinforces this idea that women are just these emotional kind of followers who are not in a leadership, they follow, they see, what are people doing? And
people are like that.
People are, of
women
course.
are like that. Men are like that.
Non-binary people are like that. Everyone is like that. But,
and so there's, again, you said that, I remember in high school, there were people who would, like, you could tell they were anti. Like, first of all, I didn't have no clothes like that or whatever, but there were people who could dress really, really well and had all kinds of, like, expensive clothing. Then there were people who were like, fuck that, and they wore, like, the all black and things like this. But then you realize, they're all
performing
dressed up too. And that you see that they were, so you were anti this, but now you found yourself in a new performance. That's the nature of this, of this thing.
And the idea that one performance is, more authentic than the other is a little bit of a farce in the way that he's kind of saying it. But like, I think the other guy was saying, it does kind of take, you have to have some self-awareness to understand like that all of this is a performance and that you're able to pick and choose what, aspect of performance you want to,
And what I find, again, because just before we click it again, keep going, is like, for instance, in our example of the Baltimore yoga thing, like, after the yoga, the whole experience of it, with the microdose and the chilling and the conversation that happened after, these were not robots. These were the exact opposite.
They were literally
these were people who
trying
were
to unplug
at peak awareness. Well, maybe not peak. I don't know, because everyone continues to grow. But the women in that space were having great conversations about our roles in the world and our perceptions and who they are and like accessing source and all kinds of like dope shit. So this whole video is taking us in a weird place.
It's a very whitewashed.
And the video is based on an article which was taking us in a weird place. And this is just how like narratives form.
Yeah.
And in today with our technologies, they
Yes. And it's not lost on me that it's all like white people, creating this analysis that is so removed from the, how it's actually practiced and what's actually going on. And the people, like, sorry, two white guys discussing a trend for women. But also this isn't about, men. They don't care about this.
Like
this is all women. So why the fuck are you even here?
So distrusting of mainstream media because they'd seen them sort of flip-flop between different narratives a lot, that they became reflexive contrarians. And you go, well, hang on. Do you really think that the opposite, unthinkingly, the opposite of whatever the mainstream says is somehow a more nuanced position than simply following it? It's literally the exact position inverted.
Yeah, and I've heard you speak of that before, that sort of reflexive contrarianness, and it's something I really relate to. I've experienced that a lot. Like my mind, my head sounds like that often, or like when I look back over life and see full like seasons or phases of my life that were lived in something
Feral chase summer
that were just inspired by not being like that.
Yep.
Right?
Well, I mean, that's what this is. In fact, I think that's a really good explanation for what it is. It's two sides of the same coin. You had Hot Girl Summer last year, Feral Girl Summer this year, and it's the reflexive contrarian thing. Last year, we were playing
valid expressions of people wanting to, be themselves, like feel like their best selves.
Both are encapsulated in a marketing campaign.
Yes, exactly.
It's not, both were not fully fleshed out.
Yes.
You're not describing the fullness of the experience of what's going on in either case.
And you're kind of like, we're assuming that Hot Girl Summer is the opposite of Feral Girl Summer, as if being wild isn't beautiful. Being authentic isn't beautiful. Like, who said that? You're kind of making that false dichotomy again.
Men's standards
and also saying that it's
in terms of an oppressive, it was created by Megan Thee Stallion, not a man. Therefore, this year we're going to disregard typical feminine beauty standards. And you go, well, hang on a second. When you don't feel nice, when you do that, that's not coming from some fucking bureaucratic organization telling you about how you're supposed to be. It's just naturally what's in the culture at the moment about what is femininity. And for the most part, that's created by women. And this reflexive...
No, that's not true. I think,
heterodoxy, reflexive cynicism, skepticism thing.
Again, though, there are trends created by women, things to jump on that have financial roots, that aren't, you know what I'm saying, that have to do with like moving products and things like this. So, and he has some truth to that. That's just the nature of this society we're in.
Yeah.
It really isn't a smart solution. It's no deeper, but it gives people a little bit more of a sense.
The other thing about it is solution, real quick. Like solution, from what I understand, is the things that we're describing, the things that I understand our experience to be, there's no solution. Nothing is an end. This isn't some place to arrive to where the women should be
now you're confident.
This summer
now
and
you're
now forever.
Secured.
It is like there's a current that I like that has a lot to do with this, like the free, fluid movement to be able to put on different lenses and put on different ways of being, and to access the full scope of what this experience is. So so things can evolve, and I think he wants people to be predictable. He wants to look at you and know that you have taken all the right precautions and that you're concerned with his privileged gaze. And if you if
you fall short of that, you must have done it mindlessly.
Exactly. Yeah, you're obviously doing some silly mindless trend.
Yeah.
And when what happens is next summer when some women decide to be different again, he will, and then someone else gives it a word and gives it an article, and then so he will grab that, and and then the music community, like hip hop, will come out with a song, and it'll be a thing, and it'll all be, there's all kinds of stuff going on there, but
rather than seeing that the sameness, the constant that he should be looking for is the change, is the evolution. Again, with a tree, right now it's got all these leaves, real cute. In a little bit, the leaves are going to turn color, and then they're going to fall off, and then they're going to be naked. Oh my God. And then they're going to have these cool flowers. In nature, we don't think of ourselves as nature, but like when we see a tree changing, going through these different phases, we're not like, oh, come on. What do you want to be? Oh, now it's this season, you stupid ass tree. Like, what? Like, yeah, they are doing it mindlessly because it's natural to change and to evolve and to try new things on and to be like, is this who I am? No, that doesn't feel right exactly. Let me try this.
Yeah.
Who am I? What is being?
Yeah. I think, exactly.
That they've done some work.
Right. But it's like, I don't even believe in this world anymore. This world of bloggers talking to each other about who's responsible for this, that, and the other. First of all, I bet there's like, in terms of meaningful numbers of people who are like thinking that this hot girl or feral girl summer is important. It's like very minimal in terms of its significance, I imagine.
I think you'd be surprised, man.
Maybe.
When it gets down to the girls' level.
See, it's like important. It's important to
people
him that
want
a bigger issue
archetype
than
to latch onto. You know this.
Yeah.
You know this. The stories throughout the ages. They want an archetype.
Yeah, but I guess sometimes it's just like when it's 20-year-olds like
oh my God,
screaming about like, I'm like, call me in like 8 years. Like we're gonna get through some real shit. You've got to like life keeps going. It just keeps going.
Yeah.
Right. You're having feral girl for a summer. You're having hot girl for a summer. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I mean that's a good point. The fact that what you do for the summer is a really important thing. Only somebody that's been around on the planet for less than 20 years can think that that's a big deal.
Possibly. I mean, I love the idea that you can try on different shit. You can try on all of this stuff. And cool, go. Explore.
Try it.
Try a bunch of stuff on, right? And realize how maybe not closer to how you want to feel you still are. Right? It's like that Jim Carrey quote about, I hope you get everything that you want. And then realize like you still don't have it. Like you're still missing some essential bit,
which is armpit hair.
It is. I mean, I'm around a lot of women who are consciously not shaved. Have you ever shaved your legs, by the way?
No. Have you?
Yeah.
Right. How's it feel?
Season of it. Oh, dude.
So you had a hot girl summer.
I had a very hot girl summer back in the day. These are like these leg hairs are like tree trunks. By the way, I would only go up halfway through my thigh because it's a nightmare going higher. I literally had hair shorts. I mean, just getting there's just more thick hair up there. Hilarious, but I just loved getting into bed with a clean shaved leg. You never felt anything like it. And then you get one chill and beep, all these little pricks start showing up and it's done.
Like
it's over.
Turkey that's been plucked.
I relate to I don't want to be shaving my legs anymore, right? I relate to that so much, even though
a lot of them,
that was,
I
had my heart, it was just
they have to shave up to there. Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, of course. Yeah.
the summer I was doing that. But it was, I highly recommend.
I have a buddy who does that for
legs.
jiu-jitsu.
See, does he? I wish he would even address that last part about like women don't want to do those things. See, it's not. It's actually the complete negation of what this title says. It is to say that the practice of having to shave and having to fit into a certain dress.
Throw away your eyes there, like, oh, that's a bad thing. Like, no, y'all have the privilege of people see you with hair on your legs, with hair on your underarms, and they don't think you're gross.
And your face. I mean,
exactly.
there are women who have, hair on the face.
We
and
think
on the chin
we see a
and all
woman with
over the
that, we're like, you're someone we can laugh at. Oh my God, look at that person. And like, why? It's nice to just be able to exist as like the hair grows out. You can trim it and stuff, but no one is thinking you're gross and unsanitary because of your hair. And the idea that like women have to shave, like, oh, and that it's stupid, like, oh, so you feel your best with hair growing out of your arms? Like, yeah, dudes can feel their best that way. Why, it's only a creation that I'm supposed to feel differently.
Yeah. I love it, baby.
Anyway, wow. Interesting.
Fatality.
Yeah, so
you killed it.
Thank you, baby.
Fatality.
Thank you, baby. You're so right. This dude was definitely not, reframing and trying to pretend this was like a bigger thing, like a pandemic, thing that like, oh man, these girls like,
you gotta check the incentives of people. Like again, like you see the dude he was able to interject. The other dude was cleverly interjecting like ways of thinking
I get it though. It does suck to have to shave, And he
just pulled it back and so anyway, I love that. So I still want to do that other McDonald's joint because I think should we take a break real quick and do the other? Or
I think let's do it. Let's do it next week just because we've been on for 2 hours.
We've been on for 2 hours. Wow.
And I love this. I know it was so good though.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
All right. Yo, thank you very much, y'all.
Thank us. We're like so good. What a great Saturday morning. All right. See you next week. See you guys on Tuesday for Billy's, or Monday for your How Billy Sees It.
Yeah.
The 4th of July.
It's that finding summer in the wintertime. It's that mother calling you for dinner time. It's that blow up argument in your apartment with your family that almost come to blows, but it finished fine. It's that lot of shit was better in the simple times, but you came a long way to be distressed. Hate to be depressed, love to be alive. Don't try, I'm gonna put my old soul to rest and let the child grow. I know they slowed it down, that's over now. Yeah, the pain was then, the hope is now. Yeah, the poster child for growth and jokes about how folks' noses face the sky is tasting my aromas now, homie. I never fit into the crowd and they make crowds for me. If I get too cocky, sprinkle a little doubt for me. But there's a lot of weight in a single pound, so if you come, don't come around phony. And I don't got no time for tomorrow, got no blind list to borrow. Listen, don't you do no frontin' for me. Left the disguise, this is all fucking prize or a follow. Listen, that ain't a discussion to me. I think the bad kinda good too. Sometimes my sad is a good mood, but when I'm down, 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 you're the one I look to. So if you love me, please tell me today. Yeah. Don't wait for the right time. I don't know how long I could wait. Yeah. Ain't a lot of hearts like mine. So if you love me, please tell me today. Yeah. Don't wait with your bitch ass. That's temptation shallow, soliloquies deepen. And I'm finna be peaking, critically speaking. And I vow to keep it cordial with the rappers that I birthed, that's umbilically speaking. They could all get cut though, so I wouldn't try yours, cause we don't all get luck though. Artillery's deepen, but once it was just jaws get snuffed. And ain't no fair ones in America anyway, son, we all get fucked. If you lucky, then it's only your mind. Don't get me wrong, the spoils is plentiful, but for oil and revenue, warriors and generals toil for men who do bidding, for men who do bidding, for men who do sitting atop of these corporate investment groups who love love when you log in and believe everything that you read, written with misled pencils. Convention B, accept degree, credentials B. How much suppression we can sustain for gain. In a turmoil turned apathy. But who am I? I'm just a little low rapper me. I was the young king of the well, actually, shit, still that is me. I had a head start, so don't you feel bad for me. Depressed long before 18, so what am I to do? Now that sad's gone mainstream, I guess that I'll just smack with a brew and let the sun hit my face through the glass in my room. I don't got no time for tomorrow, got no plan, it's tomorrow. Listen, don't you do no frontin' for me. Left the disguise, this is all fuck a prize or a follow. Listen, that ain't a discussion to me. I think the bad kinda good too. Sometimes my sad is a good mood. But when I'm down, 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 you're the one I look to. So if you love me, please tell me the day. Yeah. Don't wait for the right time. I don't know how long I could wait. Ain't a lot of hearts like mine. So if you love me, please tell me the day.